Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Ricky with Learn Plan Profit. Hope you guys are all having a good start to the morning. Here we go. Market just opened. I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. /CL is right at the EMA line, and that's exactly what I'm trading right now. It actually looks a little bit different on this screen, and why is that? And here it goes. Back at 678 for DWT, 677. Jesus. Here we go. Let's see. So we don't have to do EXT anymore. We can keep that on the day. Let's check this out. Let's see. All right, so we're trying to push up. Here we go. Can we break below that EMA line? It looks like we are. Ooh, let's see. It could be a potential bounce. So better safe than sorry. I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. Okay, it actually got filled at 6.83. I did a very poor job getting in, so I'm actually still down. I actually made about $1,000 on that one, but I'm still down about 75, and I'll show you where I made my mistake, and it was right here. I can't even call it a mistake. I just should have done a better job managing my risk. I'll show you, just so you guys could see. I've taken, I believe, like 3 trades so far, and some of them were pre-market hours. So I don't think you'll be able to see it. You can see that I bought 7,500 shares. I accidentally didn't lock in profits when I was supposed to. It got rejected. It had a huge red candle. I should have cut losses quicker. I didn't. I ended up cutting losses here where I wasn't supposed to, selling at 6.74, and then I bought back in again and just locked it in. So pretty much at a break even, and I'll go ahead and I'll show you that right here. So I've taken a total of 4 orders just so you guys could see. I bought, I sold accidentally, I bought, and then I sold. That's all I've taken during pre-market hours, and I'm down so far on the day $75, which honestly isn't bad. And my 3 commissions, right? We can't forget about those 3 commissions. But let me go ahead and give me one quick second. I was kind of rushing trying to multitask with trading and setting up the live stream. Here we go. One quick second. How are we all doing today? We're back. Let's see. There we go. How do you? There we go. Alrighty. How are we all doing today? We're doing good? Dude, I missed you guys so much. I don't think you guys would understand how just how upsetting it is, at least for me, to know that I can't upload or that I can't go live and trade with you guys. But yeah, it's just how things played out today. So /CL is looking like it's selling off and showing signs of a descending pattern. And that's exactly, I'm waiting for lower lows right now. And I don't know why this one looks, my EMA line just looks a little different than it does on my second screen. So I'm trying to check that out, but they're set up at the same length. Yeah, not too sure why. I don't know if it's just the setup. I appreciate you guys. Hey, it's been a while since I've been trading on my computer. I was just like, why does it look so much more different? There it goes. So it's actually showing signs of a bounce. One of the things that we definitely need to take into consideration is that /CL right now is an ascending uptrend pattern. It's been trading in between the middle and top VWAP. It's making higher highs and higher lows. What I want to happen is for this thing to pull back. But what do we know about our wants and our desires? They're irrelevant. They don't mean anything to the market, right? And just because we want something to sell off or because we want something to push up does not mean that it's going to happen. So because of that, what do we have to do? Simply wait for confirmation. So I can set my alert here, and it looks like it is beginning to, there it goes. It actually, oh, it pulled below already, below that. Let's see. Here we go. There it goes. /CL pulling back a little bit, meaning that DWT is pushing up. The thing that I do want to just simply remind you is that /CL is an ascending uptrend pattern. Right now, DWT is a descending pattern. So let's just be aware of that. But yeah, so there we go. We're trading between 6.86, 6.87 /CL, still pulling back. Just be very, very careful again with a descending pattern like DWT. Don't be afraid to lock in profits. There's no, if you think that, right now, the MACD, right, or the RSI, or, getting close to the middle VWAP, if you are in any way close to a resistance and you think that, it's best or just ideal to lock in profits, then so be it, right? So right now we're still getting that nice push up, and I'm really happy that it played out pretty much like we expected, right? So it pushed up, became overextended, right? And I called that out under the, I didn't call it out, there's no such thing as like call outs, but one of my ideas today was /CL looked overbought. This was right around 615, right? Looked overbought, there's no question about it. Pushed up very aggressively. Look at the MACD, look at the RSI, anybody can tell you that knows how to read that, right? So that means nothing until you have confirmation of it pulling back and making lower lows. And that's exactly what happened. So it would be really nice if this thing can give back all this margin, but it's such an aggressive ascending uptrend pattern that I just don't know if it's worth the risk. And I hope that you understand what I mean. So as of right now, it looks like /NG is also showing signs of a sell-off, altogether trading between the middle and bottom VWAP. And DGAS just has been absolutely killing it this week. It's had such huge just pushes, and if I'm not mistaken, had a really aggressive sell-off, and I was not able to take part of that, which is a little unfortunate. But I believe in one day, natural gas recovered nearly like, or you guys recovered like 15%, if I'm not mistaken, correct? So yeah, about 17%. So absolutely crazy. Here we go. Alrighty. Do you expect a stock split? Yeah, these ETFs and ETNs go through stock splits very often, so that's always something that you have to have in the back of your head, but they do a pretty good job announcing it ahead of time. So yeah. Here we go. Looks like natural gas is still consolidating. We're still around this general area, right? Oh, not natural gas, crude oil. I apologize. 690 sell. Wow. Okay, so 690 sell order. Okay, be careful again. Look at the MACD and look at the RSI. It might be pulling back already, so it won't be the worst idea to lock in profits. And yeah, if you look at /CL, it looks like it is, again, it's not making higher highs or anything like that, but it looks like it definitely is trying to find a support. So just giving signs of a potential support around this general area. You see that? It's no longer selling off, and it's kind of consolidating. So just be wary of that. Can you show us how to leverage or set leverage and margin? Well, it depends on what it is that you're trading, and it depends on what your account balance is at. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but with ETFs, because a lot of these are like 3x, right? ETFs, especially the ones that I trade, the margin that they allow you to use is very small. So like, let's say I have $100,000, they'll let me use 110,000. So if you have $1,000, they'll probably allow you to use 1,100. So there's not a lot of, well, I guess that would be like leverage, right? That you would have with stocks. I believe I have like 3x leverage, meaning that like if I have 100,000, I can trade up to 300,000. So I can buy $300,000 worth of Teslas or Tesla. But it's all different depending on your account size, depending on what it is that you are trading. And that's something that you could simply, call TD Ameritrade and ask them more about, and they'll explain your answer, based off of what it is that you exactly want to know and what your account size is, what you plan to trade and stuff like that. So people think that I have like $50,000 in my account or $25,000 still, and that I'm just leveraging, right, and trading with 100K. No, first of all, I would never encourage anyone to trade with money that they don't have, right? That's a huge, I think, no-no. That's just an easier way to put yourself into debt, especially when you're just learning how to get started in a market like this. That's just my opinion, right? Which you can take it as just that. But yeah, I would be very careful. If you have no proven system, or your track record doesn't speak for itself, then there's no reason that you should be looking into leverage at all. And yeah. Yeah, that's Alex. That I don't think that I was able to show my trades yesterday because of what's it called? I mean, I just haven't been able to go live. But you can see my trades were super simple. One of the main focuses that I have is just kind of going with the flow. Do your part in getting in for a good deal and add more to your position size when it still makes sense, but then that that the margin of profit is still there, but that it's still uptrending. So I bought more and then I sold, and I did the same thing for the only other one that I traded was UWT, and I had a lot of fun with it. So and you could see that here, right? It bought and then sold. I actually was not aware of this huge sell-off that happened. Actually, yeah, it was much later throughout the day, but yeah, I kept it super simple. I bought and then sold, and each trade, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know which one it was exactly, but I made a little bit over $2,000 yesterday trading, and it happened within like 2 hours, like an hour and a half or 2 hours. So it was a lot of fun, and my biggest focus is, again, making sure that you're getting a good deal and that the margin of profit is still worth it, right? That it's still attractive enough for that. So it looks like we're still starting to push up. And one of the things that you always want to take into consideration is that, that this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example of, this would be nice, right? If you got caught here and then it pushed up, 13%, that would be nice. Let's be honest, that's nice. But what if, right? You're here and you got in for a good deal based off previous patterns. First of all, it's a descending pattern, so you need to take that into consideration. But then it pushes up. It becomes overextended, right? And you don't lock in profits, and then all of a sudden a huge sell-off happens due to the news, right, of what was released. You always have to make sure that you manage that risk. Always keep that in mind. The only way that you can consistently grow your account is if you can control how much money you give back. And that's one of the hardest parts, at least in my experience with trading. Especially as I've been scaling, right? Now that I'm trading with 100K, that's been the biggest area of opportunity for myself. Had my best week ever, being patient and getting in and when the pattern is in your favor. I like that. Again, it's you allowing the opportunity to present itself to you, right? Not chasing the trade, but allowing that setup present itself to you. And I think the more patient that you are, and almost think about it in like, my goal is to take the lowest amount of trades as possible, right? Just because you can't day trade as much as you want doesn't mean that you necessarily should. You got to be efficient and effective with your trades, especially, and again, this is just an idea, but especially with all the news that's been released lately and all the uncertainty, right? And just all the volatility, this is even that much more of a reason that you should be that much more selective, in my opinion, and just take it as that. Here we go, /CL pulling back. The MACD doesn't look too good for, DWT, right? But I agree, Sergio. Here it goes. It looks like it's still selling off. It looks like we might be making lower highs, which is pretty attractive. I just wish it would have pushed up a little bit more to complete this MACD, so it would have been more clear for me. So right now I'm still kind of wary of where we're headed. So we're still kind of just consolidating. I want to see lower lows right now. Do you guys get what I mean? We're seeing lower highs, but I don't want to see this just consolidate here and then continue to rally, right? I want to see this thing make lower lows. Alrighty. Are you guys able to see this? Yes. Good to have you back, Ricky. Thank you. Appreciate you. Glad to be back. It felt so good sleeping in my bed. I'm still so tired. I didn't go to sleep too early, but how was your trip? It was good. I'm gonna once we complete the 30 minutes of like trading, I'll open up and I'll talk about the purpose of the trip. I just don't want to interfere with people that just want to watch the trading session, but definitely right around like 7 o'clock in about 15 minutes, I'll get into detail about the new business that we started and stuff like that. So appreciate that. I know. Let's see, natural gas. Yikes. So definitely probably don't want to touch this. I'm not going to want to touch you guys. Even D-gas, I mean, the direction is pretty clear of that this is selling off, but it's also now so oversold that, like, you know, I don't even know if it's worth. That means that D-gas is so overbought that it might not even make sense for it to be, you know, a good deal anymore, right? So this is a perfect example of what I wanted to avoid. Go. Let's see. I'm going to give this time. Let's see. Braxton, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Are we making lower highs here? Or higher lows? Let's see. Looks like a forward/CL is making higher lows right now. Yeah, I do kind of see that as well. We're simply just not making higher highs, and that's why. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, the direction just isn't super clear. So one of the things that I'm noticing is that, okay, well, it bounced here and it bounced here, right? So we might still be making, right, the higher lows, but we're also right here where we're making, you know, lower highs. So there either needs to be a confirmation of this thing pushing up or a confirmation of this thing a little bit more clear of its direction, right? And I don't want to add all these because this could overcomplicate it and it can make it look confusing. And there it goes. There it goes. This is a lot. Like this little sell-off in the past 1 minute, that is huge. That's about, what, 1%? I think that's huge. I like that. Let's see. Closed DWT on long trade. Nice. No wrap today, Rick? No wrap today. Nope, nope, nope. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, looks like it's bouncing. Still around that 55.60 support. Yeah, and this thing pulled back. Look at that. Do you guys remember this support that we drew? Still didn't break below it, and that's what I was waiting for. Here it goes. Are we gonna build a support and make higher highs? Yeah, all you have to do is activate your active trader. So you go to setup here, you go to application settings, and then you go to hotkeys, and then it shows you just have to make sure that you turn it on, right? The enabled right here, and then you just activate whichever ones you want. Very simple. You crack it up. Let's see. Here we go. Looks like we're again getting rejected. Do you guys see this? Again getting rejected. No higher highs just yet. I just really don't like that MACD. And again, it's just an indicator, but I like the MACD indicator. I don't know about you guys, but I like it. And the direction just isn't super clear. You know, what I'm expecting, what normally would happen with this is if it were due to, experience a break, a pretty aggressive sell-off could be possible, right? It could bounce to the, sell off to the SMA line, to the EMA line, or the middle VWAP. But as of right now, so will Trump speaking later today affect the entire market? I think it was just one announcement he made yesterday, right, that ended up driving a 13%, shift within like the ETFs and ETNs that we trade. So, I would say that there's definitely an influence when he says something. So I would just be very wary. I would definitely not hold anything over the weekend. At the end of the day, it's not even about like Trump or about like, here we go, hold up. I'm sorry guys for stopping you. Let's see. It really comes down to opportunity cost, right? And patterns. When does it make sense to hold something? When there's a consistent pattern that's showing signs of growth. Nothing about the past week of the market, in my opinion, has been consistent. So why would you be encouraged to hold something for more than one day when there's an uncontrolled variable? That's just the idea that I want to plant in your head. What's the purpose of you holding something overnight? Because of the opportunity that it has for it to continue to increase in price based off of previous patterns, correct? But if there's no confirmation of that, and if there's no pattern to respect that, then why are you even planning on holding it? I'm not saying that you are. I'm just making sure and reminding you. Another great reason on why I just have not been swing trading very often is because I don't feel like the patterns have been consistent enough. And there it goes, getting rejected by that EMA line again. I was wondering if you had any open positions. No, I closed out my position shortly after I went live. So on the day, I'm down $75. I've taken 4 trades, I guess, and they're right here. So I made a mistake. I should not have sold this. I should have sold it first of all sooner. I ended up selling it not where I was supposed to. I was supposed to buy more, and then I sold. So yeah, John Ball, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Trying to find a support, but most likely won't. Here it goes. You know what I would really like to see for /CL? Because look at the MACD. I would like to see this thing push up, become overextended, overbought, wait for it to just start confirming a pullback, and then just get in on DWT, wait for a little bit of sell-off, lock in profits at the EMA line. I'll probably be up about $500, $800, and then if it continues to sell off, I'll get back in again, lock in profits, hit 1.1, 1.5K on the day, and call it a day. All I'm looking forward to today is I was wanting to trade live with you guys and eat some Raising Cane's. Two things I was looking forward to today, since now I'm back. Cane's is king. And guac. Yeah, maybe for like lunch or something like that. Maybe for like dinner. I'll have some Chipotle. Slow day, no? Kinda. The since we've been live, unfortunately, from 6:30 to where we're at right now, we're kind of just consolidating. So yeah, at least for what I'm paying attention to, correct? Right? Mexican food or Cane's? You got me, Christian. I know I really like Mexican food. There's just not that great of Mexican food because I'm from California, so all we had over there was Mexican food, and my mom would cook Mexican food because we're Mexican. So yeah, it's just a little difficult to have Filibertos and call that Mexican food. but it's the job done, right? Here we go. Oh. Let's see it. El Farolito? Yeah, I have. Wait, Jordan, which El Farolito are you talking about? What city is it in? I'm gonna test you. Oh my goodness. Yep. I grew up pretty much in that city. My friend owns it, Archie and his family. So Archie Sandoval. Yep, I would go there all the time. Very popular place in that general area. That is so funny. What a small freaking world. I literally grew up borderline Yorba Linda, Placentia area. That is so crazy. That's weird. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. I like that. All right, I like that. /CL selling off a little bit more, kind of like we expected, right? We're not kind of like we expected. There we go. Whoa. Here we go. Boom. Ooh. Wow. Look at that. That one was a little nerve-wracking. That did not go according to plan. It was just, I don't know. It kept trying to find a support, and I swear, I think it just has to do with how people are viewing the MACD right now. It's just not in favor of DWT. Yeah, that never happened. Right before I got out, there was a nice little push. It's right back at that general area now, but yeah, I just felt like, again, the pattern wasn't consistent, or the flow wasn't consistent enough. And there it goes. It's peaking out already. Looking at the MACD again. My biggest focus this week, if you guys have noticed from any of my trades this week, from yesterday, again, did I leave a lot of money on the table? Of course. Like, did I maximize every single day when it came down to trading? Of course not. Yesterday I made 2K, which was my biggest day so far this week, right? But every other day before that was like 1.1, 1.3, a little bit under 1.1. And it's been consistent, and it's been within a very short period of time. And honestly, I've been enjoying that so much more just because I'm consistently growing my account. I find it attractive. 1% a day keeps the bills away. Let's be honest, right? It's all about scaling. And I haven't been stressing out about it. I'll trade for either a couple of minutes or a couple of hours when I see the opportunity present itself, and then I'll go from there. Right now, I don't see anything super dramatic, right? I don't see anything super overbought and super overextended. And I think that we can both agree. Can there be a strong push up? Yes. Can there be a strong push down? Yes. But now, so look, let me show you this. So these are all my orders today, right? You guys saw me take them. Now what I'm going to wait for is I'm at $594. That is not in any way close to my daily goal. But one thing that I want to remind you is that, what day is it today? Friday. In my personal experience, I don't do well trading on Fridays. And there it goes. /CL it's selling off again. So that means that's in favor of DWT. And that's fine. I want there to be a great opportunity that presents itself right now that's super clear with the direction, with something either being super overbought or super oversold. That's where I'm kind of at right now. If that presents itself, great. It's Friday, and I'll wait for the perfect setup in my eyes, whatever that looks like for your eyes, and then I'll take it. Until then, I'm up about $600 on the day. I've had an extremely green week with just being consistent while I've been traveling, and I'm just going to be patient. I think patience goes a long way, especially in this market, especially on Fridays. Let's be honest. I haven't had the most successful Fridays, and I would really, really, really like to end this Friday on a green note, especially after a very expensive week in Miami. And now kind of getting into that. It's 7 o'clock. We've traded for about 30 minutes. Locked in profit on DWT. Tanya, you're killing it. Save some profits for the rest of us. But now that we've traded for about 30 minutes, I'm just going to give you guys a rundown on the whole purpose of me taking that trip. A lot of you guys were asking. I did see a couple of comments of people, because of my trip and stuff like that, that they felt like that all I was. First of all, I'm not going to minimize that the trip or underestimate that the trip wasn't fun, right? But that's not the purpose. You guys know that, especially with the different things that we did during that trip, I rented 2 yachts, right? I paid for, a series of thousands of dollars in flights, not just for, our team, but for different influencers. We had a total of 16 influencers ranging from just social media, either models, right, to entrepreneurs that I felt like would mix well. And just to explain the purpose of this is it was to film a marketing video for a new company that has to do more with the entertainment industry. And entertainment, I mean as in like those trips, like just those trips alone. I wanted to invite influential people that had a large following or very attractive people that would mix well with our group and do a series of number of activities, as in like, go on the yachts. We rented a couple of exotic animals. I think it was like 5 or 6 different exotic animals. And it was just this like very like glorious trip in Miami that I would never take myself. But the reason that I did that is it's this new company that Ishmael came up with. He came up with the idea, and pretty much what it is we're going to be selling these trips. These trips where they're 3 to 4 day trips, and they're going to be in a series of different areas within the United States, Miami being one. And I had to set up relationships with the people that we rented a mansion with people that we rented the yachts with the people that we rented, if we rent supercars, if we rent the exotic animals, all the different things. And we had food catering. Just the whole thing was to provide a 3 to 4 day experience that's kind of resort style, right? When you go to a resort and it's all inclusive, but to do it solely based off of content. And trust me, I know a lot of you guys might be like, I would never pay for that. Why do I care to spend, 3 to 4 days with a bunch of influencers or models? That brings me no value. Trust me, I get that. It's not for everyone. But it's literally just people pay $1,500, $2,000 to go on a trip, with their families to Cancun, right? When I wanted to do something that has to do a little bit more focused with entrepreneurs, influencers, and people that are all about like getting content and making it in a much more affordable way. To put into perspective, to rent out these yachts that we had for the days, normally it would be about $5,000. To rent out the mansion, it would have been about $4,000 to $5,000 as well. All the flights, the exotic animals were $2,000, and all these different things. That trip alone is like, in the tens of thousands of dollars. And for one person to have to want to experience all that, but do you get what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to do it where if I get a good group of people, it would make sense. It would become much more affordable. People, will have content in a sense that they're going to be able to capture throughout the trip, and they get to surround themselves with very influential people. We had people that, were all, so my mouse died. I wanted to explain to you guys like what that was for. You guys will probably see a couple of like marketing videos for that. It has nothing to do with my trading. It has nothing to do with Learn Plan Profit. It has nothing to do with TechBuds. The new entity itself is completely like, not connected or affiliated with TechBuds in any way. You guys know that, I don't know if you guys know Ishmael. Ishmael is, he's actually my cousin, but he's someone that works with us that moved from California to Arizona. And he's super proactive and always looking for new business ideas and stuff like that. And he's 21. And I have the resources to make this happen. I have the friends and the connections in the, influencer market to, bring it together. And I just wanted to, make it happen. I think you miss 100% of the opportunities that you don't take. And I found it super rewarding that Ishmael was just so proactive and eager to make this happen, and I just wanted to fund it. So I just wanted to thank you for your patience. I know that it might have looked a certain way if you didn't understand our intention for the trip. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew why you guys know that when I take trips, unless it's literally for a vacation, which I rarely ever take, there's always a reason behind it or an intention behind it. And this is the intention that we had behind this trip. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. And if you guys ever see Ishmael, I think it'd be really cool. He's really young, and I think it'd be really cool to just motivate him and tell him congratulations on the new idea, and maybe what you would suggest that you would want to experience within these trips to make it even that much better, right? But I thank you guys so much for being so welcoming and pumped that I'm back and stuff like that, and kind of going from there. So does Ishmael have a YouTube channel? He doesn't. No, he works behind the scenes. None of these guys that live with me have a channel just because they work so hard behind the scenes with what it is that we do and the different projects that we have going on. So yeah, it's just they're doing a lot of work on the back end, and I think they're just so focused on that they're waiting until they get to a point where they want to share what it is that they're doing. So appreciate that, Viper. Thank you. Never doubt yourself. Doubt kills your money, shows you do you. I like that. So Weston and Caleb have YouTube channels, isn't it? That's correct. Yeah, Weston and Caleb are both partners for Flipping Wheels, and Weston uploads literally pretty much every single day as well. So I like that. All right, guys. Well, I really do appreciate you guys' time. Let's just do a very quick recap if we can. So right now, again, we're still getting a lot of consolidation on DWT. So to look for a little bit more clear of a direction, this is still showing signs of an uptrend, right? We're still not making lower lows or anything. Again, we did pull back, but it's still holding above the SMA line. It's still holding above the middle VWAP. And again, like, we need to be very careful with this. So what I'm again doing is waiting for a huge opportunity to present itself. I'm not going to just try to squeeze every single penny moving forward. And now with natural gas, let's see what we got going on here. Natural gas is still showing signs of a strong descending pattern. Again, not clear enough for me to want to take advantage of this. Overall market for /NQ. Still a strong and very aggressive descending pattern, which means that gold should be pushing up. There we go. But my biggest focus today, just to clear that up very quickly, is I want there to be a big opportunity to present itself. I'm really just watching two, and really just one. I don't really care about natural gas right now. I'm really watching crude oil. And it looks like crude oil right now is selling off, but I want there to be either a super aggressive sell-off or a super aggressive push-up. And after that happens, oh, and there it goes. I want to trade the recovery. I want to trade that. That's what, and here it goes. Look at this. I'm not going to trade it, but it's pretty cool to see. This push alone was about 1%. So that would have been nice. But again, you can't always predict these. There it goes, making lower lows. There it goes. And this is aggressively selling off. Look at that, DWT. Right around that SMA line. Look at that, /CL. I like that. I know, I love those pushes after a sell, right? It's like, all right, you locked in profits, Ricky? Sweet. All right, time to actually push. But it's all good. Again, $594 on the day with the 7 trades. Here we go. And not all of them went perfectly. Actually, I don't think any of them actually did. But we had fun with it. So there it goes. Still selling off. We should be right around that $7 mark for DWT. And congrats to all those that are about to lock in profits. Again, have a big focus on locking in profits, staying green, and don't chase the trade. Allow the opportunity to present itself, and it becomes so much more of an efficient trade. At least that's going to be my focus for today. So appreciate you guys' time. Continue working hard. Continue following dreams. Let your passion be a drive to success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.